hitting it today. So you can spend $300,000 on an influencer trip, or you can spend that same amount on a billboard. That they sometimes run at the same rate, and you're gonna, out of the influencers, you actually get like a lot more reach,
and you get cool content.
Like Alex Earl, every single one of her videos, it's gonna get over 5 million views. So you've essentially made all of your money back as far as like the CPM goes.
Cash per money. I actually don't know what CPM means.
It actually means cost per mille.
Got it.
Which is per 1,000, which is weird, but it is what it is. Oh, but what's happening too, and a lot of people got it mixed up, is Beyonce is actually performing at another influencer trip for this hotel in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah. So there's 2 trips happening right now. So I've seen influencers that are at the Beyonce one, and then I've seen influencers at the Tarte one.
Oh my gosh.
And people thought they were the same. And so a lot of like people online were being like, well, they're also bringing in Beyonce. Like, she cost $4 million just for performance. Like, where are they getting all this money? No one even talks about Tarte, but that's a totally separate thing.
I wonder what her set list would be. I feel like she would also do a custom song where instead, it's like Tarte. Instead, it's like Dubai down, bitches.
Drive a pull.
Drive a pull of the partition, please.
Because I'm putting on some Tarte makeup. But yeah. So, and then my one friend had a conspiracy theory that the Dubai government was paying for it for tourism, which honestly, now I kind of want to go to Dubai. Those Jeeps that they were riding around in the desert, that looked pretty fun.
That looks really fun. I would love to rip it down the sand dunes. Are you kidding me? That would be so fun.
Yeah, so Tarte, we have this really cool podcast. Sponsorships are $0 right now because we have listeners, but not a lot. We're small. We're micro.
We're micro, but we do have really big hearts. So
we have good hearts, and if you would send me to Dubai, I would not say no.
If you send me to Dubai, I will not cry. Well, I hope that they're having a fun time. I'm really excited to see the content that's coming out. I've been watching it all over my TikTok, and I'm just happy for these influencers that have just been like, they've been on their grind, I feel like.
Yeah, they're on their grind. Another note, though, is Tarte didn't actually pay any of them for the content. They just got to go on the trip.
I mean, I'm not going to complain about a free trip to Dubai.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool to see how many videos these influencers are making. I'm sure they're grateful to be on the trip, but yeah, they didn't actually pay them to post.
Yeah. Well,
they just hoped.
They just hoped.
And prayed.
Okay, going on to our next topic that is happening in the world right now. Let's talk about Carole Baskin. Carole Baskin.
Wait, we need to go back. We just need to go back in time for a second.
Yeah. Who is Carole Baskin?
No, not even that. We need to go back to 2020. We're all locked in our apartments.
We're making Dalgona coffees.
And what does Netflix drop?
Tiger motherfucking King.
And what do we all do? We eat that shit up. Because it is top tier reality TV. I have never seen anything like it. It was fucking amazing.
It was bizarre.
I actually want to go watch it right now. Yeah. Again. Why have I not rewatched it?
I know.
But anyway, so then it's like, okay, everyone's like, oh my fucking God, Carole Baskin killed her husband. She put him through a meat grinder.
She fed him to the tigers. To the king, or the tigers.
To Tiger King himself.
To the Tiger King. A nice little bolognese.
For, what was the guy's name?
Joe
Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
How could we forget? Wait, I can't do that. I've always wanted to.
So yeah, Carole Baskin apparently thought that her husband died back in like 1997 or something. Like,
well, she would like go back on her story and report. She'd be like, oh, like he passed away, or he left on a plane one day and never came back, so he was assumed dead because they thought his plane crashed.
Babe, how are you not going to know if your husband has died or disappeared?
But her husband was found.
Allegedly, actually. I don't actually think any of this is
I'm gonna be honest, I just saw the headline and I was like, oh my God, he's found, and I just believed it, which is concerning for me.
Well, the thing is, I read one article off of like, I don't know, Teen Magazine or something. Apple News. So anyways, Carole Baskin's husband is apparently potentially alive, and yeah, I mean, I guess I'm happy for her. I don't know.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I kind of like the other story better. It was better TV.
Yeah, it was better TV.
What was the song?
Carole Baskin killed her husband,
whacked him. And then she was on Dancing with the Stars.
She was on Dancing with the Stars.
So she really had her moment from all of this fame. So I think she's doing just fine. And now that he's allegedly alive, she can go live in Florida and pet her tigers or whatever she's doing.
Yeah, she got her bag. And that's what I will say I respect.
She got her bag and she got her moment.
Yeah, she made like a chip and dipped. said that.
Made like a chip and dip. I've never heard that.
Well,
that was a good one. I'm
first
gonna
for
use
everything.
That. I'm gonna write that down.
You look like the 4th of July.
Wait. You've been waiting to do that since you saw it on the freaking topics. I know it. I know it. Well, let's just say, so Jennifer Coolidge, she's now on TikTok, and I just want to say, my heart's so full for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I sound like, my grandma saying that, but just listening to her speech that she gave at the Golden Globes, like, she essentially had fallen off the map. And Mike White decided to make White Lotus and basically cast Jennifer Coolidge as herself. Amazing casting, because she probably didn't have to do any sort of coaching or anything like that, because she really literally played herself.
Yeah.
You haven't seen White Lotus, though.
I've seen season 1, but I will say I really love Mike White. And
I loved him on Survivor.
I loved him
he was an icon.
In School of Rock, Mr. Schneebly.
Mr. Schneebly.
But yeah, he really has put a lot of these actors back on the map.
So Mike White, but he has put a lot of, these actors back on the map. And I feel like he does go for the underdogs, because he does cast a lot of people that we've never heard of. And he casts like locals too. Like this past season was in Sicily, and there were a lot of Italian actresses and actors on the show. So the only person he brought back for season 2 was Jennifer Coolidge, and she was the only repeating character with a completely different storyline.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with her in season 2. She crushed it. I mean, you have to watch it.
Maybe I will. Honestly, I think I might. Well, I might as well.
What am I going
to do?
We have a podcast about pop culture. You need to know about Jennifer Coolidge and White Lotus.
Well, it's kind of like the same effect that Game of Thrones has on me,
Oh, you've never seen Game of Thrones?
See, that's exactly why I don't watch Game of Thrones.
That's why she's...
Everybody is on my neck being like, you need to watch Game of Thrones. Oh my God, Elsa, or whatever.
That's Frozen. Clearly does not watch Game of Thrones. Daenerys.
It just doesn't. I don't have any interest. But you know what? There has been a lot of talks about White Lotus season 2.
But it's like a good storyline. Yeah. And like Mike White, he had to come back as well. Like HBO probably was like, okay, yeah, we'll take a chance on this. This sounds like a good story. Let's see what comes of it. And it's just won award after award, because it just is one of the best shows I've ever seen, to be honest.
Yeah. He's on his ABBA Take a Chance on Me era. And Aubrey Plaza's in it. And I love her.
Oh, yeah.
I love her.
She was great in it. You have to watch it. She was an icon in it as well. But Jennifer Coolidge, I mean, the performance she gave, and then she wins her Golden Globe, and she gives this heartwarming speech where she basically goes into like, people had forgotten about me. Like, my neighbors didn't even like say hi to me. They didn't even know who I was. Like, I had really fallen off the map, and I didn't think anyone in Hollywood wanted to ever see me again. And she did like this amazing speech, and Mike White was crying, and then he won like the Golden Globe for Best Show. And now we're all just pissed he killed her off.
What? Now I'm not going to watch the freaking show. You just spoiled the whole thing.
I'm sure you saw it. Her falling off the boat, all the TikToks.
Okay, on the record, no, I haven't seen it. But you know what? Now I won't, because you just spoiled it for me. But I will continue to watch Jennifer Coolidge's TikToks, because I think she's an icon in that way.
She is an icon. And her first TikTok was with J-Lo.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah. She really was like, I'm making a splash. If I'm coming to TikTok, I'm bringing Jenny from the block.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the world of TikTok, Jennifer. We are so happy to have you, and we hope to have you on the pod as well. So, mwah.
That would be a dream. Actually, I think she would be my dream guest. Who would your dream guest be?
My dream guest? I'm sitting right next to her. The look that she's giving me right now is literally evil.
That's so sweet.
It's so sweet. I don't know. I have to think about it a little bit more. Maybe Prince Harry, honestly, because
wait, no, we need the other side of the story. We need Meghan Markle on the pod, and we need to ask her what her thoughts are with this freaking audiobook.
I feel like she'd be so supportive.
No, I think she's been kind of silent. Was she silent
or silenced?
Were you silent or were you silenced?
Let him know, Oprah. Let him know.
I mean, Oprah would be a cool podcast.
I would love her too.
I love Oprah. So, speaking of the royals, I know you all got a kick of the Prince Harry.
The dickmatized.
The frost dick
of Prince Harry. Honestly, that was... I listened back to it, and I couldn't stop laughing.
It was pretty funny.
It was just absurd.
Everything about it, the audio clip, but I have another audio clip for you today. So, his book is making the rounds, and I think, last week, I don't know what page everyone was on, but, clearly the whole, like, frostbite dick was the highlight. But this week, we have a new excerpt, so I guess everyone's, they're making their way through the book.
Okay.
So let me pull it up.
This is like the Spark Notes version of Prince Harry's book. So if you're tuning in to Influence, just know that you will be able to get a weekly recap of what is happening in Prince Harry's world. Or his pants. Anyways, Lexi, go ahead and run the clip.
Okay. I suspected he was referring to my recent loss of virginity with an older woman. She liked horses quite a lot and treated me not unlike a young stallion. Quick ride, after which she'd smack my rump and sent me off to graze. I suspected he was referring to my recent loss of virginity with an older woman.
Smack me on my rump and send me along my way.
Wait, I'm sorry. The fact that he said quick ride, the fact that he said older woman.
Like, who is this older woman? We need to look it up. Like, horse rider woman.
I'm not gonna mess up my algorithm like that. I don't want this to be on my search history.